Okay, good morning everyone. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Fine, sir. We are going to start a GD. Process is that you have to give a short introduction about yourself. Then we will start a GD, and then after we will have a conclusion. Okay. Now you can give your introduction.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir, and my all dear friends. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. For this, introduce myself. My name is Roshan Kumar. I am from Bihar, and I have done my graduation degree in economics honors from Magad University, Bodhgaya. Thank you,
sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nilesh Kumar. I am from Bhabua, Bihar. I have completed my BCom honors from Banaras Hindu University.
Good morning to
good morning, everyone. Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Kabir Singh. I belong to Gazipur, Uttar Pradesh. I have completed my graduation in political science from Purvanchal University. Thank you.
Good morning to my fellow panelists. My name is Mohammad Firoz Hussain. I have completed my bachelor's in business administration from Netaji Subhash Institute of Business Management, which is in Jamshedpur, and my hometown is Jamshedpur. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Completed my graduation from Uday Pataba College, Varanasi.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Arush Gupta. I am from Kaushambi, Uttar Pradesh. I done my graduation from BSc Agriculture and from Rajendra Prasad University, Prayagraj. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
My name is Karthikeya Singh. I am from Mirzapur. My 10+2 in pass out in UP board, and my graduation in BSc Agriculture is completed in TDPG College, Jaunpur. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. My name is. Hello.
Yes, sir. It is audible. You can speak.
Hello.
Yeah, Rahul, you can continue.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rahul, and I am from Ranchi, Jharkhand, and I have done my graduation in economics from Ranchi University.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Manvinder Singh, and I have done my bachelor in agriculture sciences, and I belong to Aligarh, Uttar Pradesh.
Anyone is left?
Good morning, sir. I am Alan.
Yes, yes.
So I have to introduce. Good morning, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Shresh Pratap Shahi. I am from Ranchi. I did my graduation in political science subject from St. Xavier's College, Ranchi. Currently, I am pursuing MA. I did my schooling from Ranchi itself. I belong to a nuclear family. We have 5 members in my family: father, mother, and elder brother, and my sister. Sir, my strengths are: I am honest, punctual, self-motivated, quick learner, and hardworking. And my short-term goal is to get admission in a reputed university in which I can grow my skills and get more and more knowledge, which help me in future. And my long-term goal is to become a more responsible and knowledgeable personality. That's all about me. Thanks for giving me this.
Anyone is left?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir, and all of my friends. I am Lakshman Kumar, and I am from Chhapra Saran. I have done my graduation in BSc Mathematics from Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar Bihar University, Muzaffarpur. Thank you.
Okay, thanks everyone. See, your GD topic is demonetization. Is it success or failure? I am repeating the topic. Demonetization. Is it success or failure? We will start the GD after 2 minutes. Okay. You have 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we will start.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, now you can start. Yes, now you
May I
can
start?
start.
Sir, in my side, demonetization policy is almost failure because the main purpose of demonetization is to restrict the terror funding and also returns of black money and also the movement of fake currency in the market. But the impact on all these factors of demonetization is almost zero. That's why, in my side, demonetization is uh, almost failure because, as we know, about 22 November 2017, on that day, the terror attack on on that day, our army suffered from terror attack continuously. So I think it's almost failure.
I
Yes,
do
I
agree with
agree
my
with your
friends.
friend
I do
because
agree with
we
my
have
friends.
faced very much problems while demonetization because implementing that is very hectic one because there was no planning at all, and we all have suffered. Whole India and citizens have suffered from this. We have to stand in a very long queues in front of ATMs, and there were very much problems, and we have suffered a lot because there was no plan at all. Not with the government, not with any officials. They were not having any plan, and thus we were not aware of any this kind of issue, and everybody was in loss, and there was no cash in the economy. Everyone was not aware of digital payment, so we were not friendly with the digital payments and all. And then
I just want to
I
start this
just want
discussion
to
with a viewpoint that the main objective of demonetization was the terror funding, to stop the terror funding, to get a proper market for digital space, and to again to curb the use of cash currencies in the informal and formal economy. And on that very head, on that ground, I think that demonetization has created a big mess, because a recent data which was proposed by RBI, it has been already mentioned that around cash transactions in India is increased by more than 80%. All the transactions which has been made in India in the domestic territory, out of which 80% are cash transactions, which was again against the motive of demonetization, because our prime minister and the current ruling government had emphasized that okay, we're going to have a digital economy so that we can do well in the international market. And the second thing is that, as my friend said very well, that the terror funding had not stopped. It is again had created a big mess, because as a soldier, um, as a countryman, we feel that our soldiers are still suffering. The third thing is that it is a pure failure, because on 8th of November 2016-17, when the demonetization was announced, from that on to till date, economy is suffering very badly. Our GDP is next to minus 23.9% in last year COVID quarter. So from this perspective, I think that demonetization was a big failure.
I support Galaxy S7, and I think your thought is very, very impressive. And RBI report 95% cash in black market. They are covered by RBI.
And
I
adding
also
to
think
this
that
point, and there was if we are saying the complete failure to the demonetization, first we need to understand what was the objective of the demonetizations. There were the many more objectives which includes demonetization. And if we start with there was the first objective of terror funding. Yeah, it was. It was not a complete success that we could fetch from the demonetization, but the second objective, which was the digitalization of the economy. And in that, if we see, we could achieve immense with the demonetization. And if you see, after almost 5 years of the demonetization, if you see, there is an immense increase in the online transactions or the e-economy, if we say this. And second was the increase the taxpayers. And when we see that there were a lot of accounts opened after the demonetizations, and which also signifies that the government can monitor the tax and the income of the person of individual, so he or she can pay a full tax as they are supposed to. And
yes, my fellow mate, I am totally agree with you to the fact that yes, you're correct that around many of the transactions which has taken place after demonetization was through digital transactions. But the thing is that we are only seeing the whole structure with the urban point of view. I have the data. See, I have the data. Around
your point. You are correct.
Around 12%.
You are partially correct. I'm just
around
adding some few more points.
Yes.
It is basically, if you see the rural economy, earlier, as our earlier ex-Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi used to say this, if we send 100 rupees to the rural economy, it only 1 or 2 rupees goes to that individual beneficiary. And now, if you see now, there had been many accounts opened and through the DBT, direct account transfer. So we see the lot of government have directly helping the rural economy.
Yes,
and
of course.
If you take an example of the farmers installment they are getting from the
yes, of course, I totally agree with the fact that government is making a huge lot of efforts and measures to actually help the rural economy. But the thing is that I just want to give that 98% of all the currencies in demonetization was again taken back to RBI. Only 2% of the currencies which were held back.
It is not the complete success with this in this scenario.
Yes,
but I'm
and
not
the second thing is
only this scenario.
And
there were
the second thing is
many more objective of these.
And the second thing is that around 12% of the entire transaction that we do with the third-party app like PhonePe, Google Pay, and all the other apps, it is just the 12%. Around 80% of the entire transaction is made by cash. In the rural economy, the accessibility of a phone, smartphones is around 54%. Only 54%, and in the urban it is just around 77%. It is.
I do agree with you
because government was planning to reduce the corruption in the economy.
Only due to demonetization. You said a figure like around 12%. The transaction increases. So at least if we
not 12%, it is more than 80% of all the transactions. More than 80% of it is basically based on cash, because we have made transactions based on cash.
I'm saying according to your data, at least 20% transaction we are doing with like PhonePe and other digital payments. But
12%.
if we have 12%. So if we have before the demonetization, at least we are doing a less amount of transaction, like below than 12%. So at least we achieve a target. And the second thing, the second thing I want to add, like we can't put a question mark on the intention of the government. The government intention was good, but yeah, I do agree that implementation was bad. But even though we get something point at our goal, and something like even what I see at the ground level, even I belong to a rural area, and even like shopkeepers, they are using some digital payment systems. So I think this facility can also be achieved in the future. But at least we are if we just have the context of this technology, so we are if we are seeing that we are, I think, 2 or 3 years forward from that previous generation. We will achieve that target.
I totally agree to the fact that you are making a very valid point. I know that you are absolutely correct, but what I'm saying is that around 54 to 55% of the India's population is basically based on agriculture in rural based economy. And when we say rural based economy, it means that they are somehow dependent on rural income, that is on agriculture. The basic accessibility of digital economy in rural areas is very less as compared to urban areas. Now my question is that the former RBI governor Raghuram Rajan, he had clearly mentioned that demonetization was a great disaster for Indian economy. And when we say that, it means that the economy had slumped down to negative levels. Our GDP growth is on negative level from past 4 to 5 years. Now we can see the impact of demonetization. See, the first thing was demonetization, then it was
yes, friend, you are very right.
I want to mention that we cannot just target one statement from any governor. And the second thing that you are talking about, the rural government, so at least we have to start a process. Then we can move. Like if you are just giving an excuse that our rural economy, our rural population is this much, so at least at some extent that you have to start a process. But how much
this must have been done before
and you are basically focusing on the rural economy. And what rural economy consists? They consist of farmers and the NREGA workers. Mainly the MSME sectors focuses on the rural economy. And if we take an example of farmer, and if you go to the APMC Mandi, now they are getting the direct amount of their produce into their account. And if we see before the 2016, they were getting the whole amount of in cash, and there were the chances of the looting and all the activities which used to done with the farmers. And if you take an example of the NREGA workers, which is guarantee work for the 100 days, and now they are getting directly to their account a full amount of their.
My friends,
and it is an
people are saying that
of the
digital payment has increased because of the demonetization.
Digital economy.
I can add one point that
increasing their pocket expenses.
I totally agree to the fact that UPI is an evolving technology. We can UPI is an evolving technology. We can work on it. But as far as demonetization is concerned, I don't think that it has created a big impact on Indian economy and as an individual person. Because when we see the figures, we see that okay, people are still lagging behind the digital space of Indian economy. Because see, we are. I'm not telling that. It is not well for the country to go for a digital space. No, but it is correct that India has moved forward on a very smart way, but the pace, the movement, the growth which was needed is not here, is lacking behind. We are lagging behind, and it is just to the fact that it is just to the fact that.
But with these conclusions,
I agree with you, friend, because awareness of it is very necessary, and without knowledge of it, because no one can do any digital payment if they don't have any knowledge about it.
I can say that we have achieved so far. I think that we can achieve this by not using demonetization as a whole, but we can use some programs and also some measures that the government has taken earlier. So we can't use the excuse for the demonetization to be on a valid point. Okay, said okay. So this is the cause, and we are doing this for the country. No, it is not. It is a complete disaster.
You have a valid point. I'm not denying it, but saying the complete failure to this act is not a good thing to be concluded as.
It's not a failure of demonetization. Demonetization is almost failure because because our rural peoples are suffering more from demonetization because they don't know anything about the cashless way that how to purchase things with cashless method, because they're not familiar with that way. So according to me, it's almost failure. There is some positive things of demonetization is that Manvinder says that the taxpayer comes ahead and pay their tax at times, and the rate of taxpayers is increased.
I support Lakshman Kumar, but we can see totally in urban areas before demonetization, any person do not use online transaction. But after demonetization, any person, any peoples use cashless transaction.
Yeah, right.
Paytm.
No, friends, it is not very easy for everyone.
PhonePe.
There are many skilled people in India.
I agree to disagree. I agree to disagree to the fact that we can still be on the same pace without demonetization. To use it for the better cause, we can't say that okay it is just the demonetization so that we are on a digital space. No, it is not like that, buddy.
Guys,
it is something.
I am not agree
saying a right thing, but
because
if we see an India's conclusion, if we see in the perspective of the India, when there is when situation does not become a habit, and the people, Indian people, don't focus on that particular cause. So
the rural economy
the
has
made it
see the basic accessibility of digital space.
We were only having the options of digital transaction or digital economy, and which was need of the time. Because if we want to compete with the world of the highest economy of the world, like America and China, they were mainly focusing. And if you talk an example of e-economy of the America and China, they are the leading. And they are doing the well in their.
I just want to draw attention to the one point to this panel that we have not discussed it yet. It is that from demonetization we had introduced a higher denomination note. Earlier, from 500 to 1,000 rupees note, it was said that okay, this is the main cause for corruption. Now we have introduced higher denomination note, that is of rupees 2,000. So it is just like a bait for the people who are doing corruptions, who are
basically
unethical.
It is a plus point for the corrupt people because they can store more money.
We are seeing to that. And if you are saying the higher denomination of the note, it is basically to reduce the pocket weight and by carrying that currency. But main objective why they put a high denomination note, it was that people will not use the high denomination note more, so they will keep their money into the bank and they will use the online economy. Means e-wallet.
But due to the higher denomination note, it has been mentioned or it has been said that the cash transactions in the Indian economy has increased by double digit. So now we can see that we are seeing the negative impact of demonetization as a whole, and we are on the 5th anniversary of we are celebrating the 5th anniversary of demonetization.
The main objective of demonetization was to banning the currency and to reduce the corruption. But it was totally failure because neither the corruption has stopped, the black money has stopped. The black money
yes,
is
I
also
totally agree with Nilesh.
Sorry, Nilesh Kumar. Do not saying totally fail.
Yeah, corruption is not reducing.
My friend, that you are saying that
it's not right to say that corruption is not reduced. And if you see any person taking a bribe or taking anything, and if you are given a sentence to that, I'll record this, and if you will take the money, so they will hesitate to take that money. So this is an also indirect, I'm not saying direct impact, it is an indirect impact of the demonetization which lead to the
one positive point from this. I know this is not much useful, but like due to demonetization, that so many startups like there are other startups like those who are promoting digital payments like PhonePe. Like PhonePe existed earlier, but the unemployment from that sector, that by increasing the number on the PhonePe, they are generating some jobs. I know this is not much in number, but at least they generated jobs.
Yeah. I am totally agree with Anurag. I am totally.
See, there is a lack of
because
transparency in the
demonetization-
entire. See, there is a lack of transparency in the entire process, because we can see that the basic issue of transparency and reliability from the government, so that we can trust. Okay, sir. Okay, so if the government is taking some step, we can rely on them. But the thing is that now it is being said that okay, due to the lack of implementation and the incompetent people, we are suffering a lot. And also the policies which were taken after demonetization was not good at all. We have suffered. We are still suffering.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you, everyone. You have 2 more minutes to discuss. After that, we will come to conclusion part. Okay, you have 2 more minutes to discuss.
So what I'm saying is that we are still on the same page. We are not here. See, the thing is that we are talking about the against and favors of demonetization, but what I can say is that from the individual point of view, I can say that there are lots of disadvantages that have taken place in last 4 to 5 years from advantages. So I think that due to the lack of transparency and also reliability, I think that it is not a very well planned move. And again, it was a disaster.
This is right, that whatever you are saying, it is totally correct. But I want to add something or counter question over the transparency and reliability. You have added the term transparency, and how you can say that transparency is not increased. And when every person has come online, and they are doing a maximum their online transaction, if they are doing, and they are going anywhere, is getting the online economy. So how you can say that transparency is not there? There is no transparency. And
I can say to the fact
the reliability. And if we take an example that it was the denomination was the not right to say this, you saying this, but reliability does not mean that people from demonetization could not make the benefit move to their life. If we talk, and basically we talk about the rural economy, and rural economy mainly impacted with the demonetization at some extent in their earlier days. But now if you go to rural areas, then you see that lot of increase and advancement has come into the rural areas. Everyone or second person is having the smartphone, and they are using a phone pay or every
friend, you are right.
Even in rural area,
it must have been done before involving
demonetization. And even there are so many, even in your mandis, if you go that they are asking for your bank account, and they are depositing their money in your bank account. I think even if we see the ground reality, the cash economy has decreased a lot. And if you can see around all of yourself.
I just want to answer the cross questions which was being made by my fellow panelists. The first important thing is transparency. Transparency is the big issue, because now we can see that the major chunk of the population of Indian economy is living in rural areas. So now, if you see, so if you can say that okay, we have a very fast growth on a digital space. Yes, it is correct. It is absolutely correct that we have done we did a very well job, but it is on the urban side. On the rural side, you can still see on the rural side, you can still see that the basic accessibility of smartphones. I'm not talking about digital space. Even the basic accessibility of smartphones is very less. See, you can see in the states like Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, Bihar, you can see that it is basically very evident.
I totally support one more point that
my friend
they don't have a
I supported even one family member have a smartphone, then they can do their transaction. So it doesn't mean
you
that
can
every member
forget
has a
for digital currency, cryptocurrency in India. Indian economy.
But what about internet connection, dear?
Hello.
After demonetization, raised cryptocurrency in Indian economy.
The basic accessibility of a digital space and smartphones in rural economy is just 44 to 45% approximately.
We are taking that data by individual.
Yes, your thought is very good. But
like we don't need individual smartphone. Even one family member, if even one farmer have one smartphone in their family, then they can easily do their transaction. It doesn't mean that every farmer have their personal phone.
See,
and we are taking that data by individually, like 44% accessibility is not in rural area.
And if you see,
accessibility is increasing by
also government has taken an alternative for those who don't have a smartphone.
Bicep, my friend, this accessibility is increasing day by day by some steps of your central government, like NDRLM and PMG Disha.
Code for this.
As of now, we can say that
by having that QR code, they can go to any shop where they can avail the amount of that QR code.
Because of monetization, that is clear that it this time, because
government has also alternative for this also. Don't say they don't have a smartphone, they can't use it. Government also mandate they can also use it.
Sorry to interrupt you. Your time is over now. Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt you. Your time is over now. Now we will come to conclusion part. Okay. Now you can give one by one conclusion. Okay. Now you can start.
Sir, I think demonetization in India very success, because after demonetization in urban areas give me many opportunities for this transaction, and many companies growing in this demonetization after demonetization, just like Paytm, Google Pay, Paytm, and main things digital currency in India very growing, sir. So I think is it success demonetization in India? Thank you, sir.
According to me, the conclusion for demonetization is that the intention of government was very good, as we all know that.
Sorry.
But the implementation of it was not so far. It was good, so it must have been good, because if the planning and all the prior activities of the government must have been done good. And if you know that shifting from the cash-based economy to cashless economy, it's not very easy. And so it is a regular process, and by time to time we will get it done in a good manner. And talking about digital payment, there must have been done proper programs and awareness in the rural areas and also in semi-urban areas for shifting from, so that people must have been aware of digital payments and digital transactions. This must have been, and this is an important factor, because there were 3 to 4 days the banks were totally closed after demonetization. There were much more problems in the economy. Economy is totally shut down.
My friend, everything comes with advantages and disadvantages, both of them. And demonetization has both points, advantages and disadvantages also. And the rural economy, for that digitalization, central governments run such as programs like PMG Disha and NDRLM, which have launch a course of 30 days to literate digital economy to farmers and other other persons to understand the method of digital transactions and other things. And for that, demonetization is different. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, demonetization basically was not the complete success. If we talk about the success or the failure, it is the partially success. It having a partially success. And if we talk about the objective, that basically it consists of many objectives, like striping, as it started with the striping of the 5,000 to 1,000 note tender as illegal, and objective were to fetch out the black money and to remove the corruption and to stop the terror funding and to enhance the rural economy. And if we talk about the rural means online economy or digital economy, in this it some a lot in digital. Also, it has contributed to the taxpayer. The number of taxpayer has increased. And to talk about the fetching the black money, it was not a good success story that it showed. And also in stopping the terror funding. So this is it was a partially success in my opinion. Thank you.
Sir, demonetization is not a complete failure. I say that demonetization is almost failure because demonetization is all failure on the basis of their main purpose. That is to stop the terror funding, to return the black money, and to prohibit the movement of fake currency in the market. But some positive things comes out from due to demonetization, that is raise in percentage of taxpayers, and also growing the digital currency in India. So in my side, demonetization is not a complete failure, but it's partially failures. Thanks.
Sir, in my opinion, demonetization is a failure because it was poorly implemented and has affected our GDP very badly. Our GDP has been consistently falling after demonetization, and it is estimated that more than 10 crore people, workers, lost their jobs after demonetization. So it's a failure, in my opinion.
While discussing with my fellow panelists, I can say that that demonetization had created its own space in Indian economy. But with a whole point of view, I can say that we could have achieved something without demonetization for the sake of justifying demonetization as a big role. Well, I can say that the intention was good, but the entire impact and the repercussions was not very well at all. We the people of India suffered a lot, and we are still suffering because when we say that it is basically the attack on our pockets. So on this note, I can say that it was a complete disaster. But while the sake of justifying it, I can say that the intention and the intent behind this goal was nice. Thank you.
Okay. So according to me, demonetization was not a complete failure. Even though we can't able to say that we forget to achieve that level that we had expected. But even though there are some positive points came around in our Indian economy, like digital currency and some employment, that there are so many startups has started. So these are the positive points. But I think we cannot say that we cannot put a question mark on the intention of the government. But even though that there is a failure in the implementation, and that is the result of the consequences we had faced. We stand in a line, and there is a big fall in the economy. So these are the consequences, but we can say the overall intention is good. Thank you.
Anyone is left?
Sir, I am left, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir. So it was a day, 8th November 2016 night, when the 500 note and rupees 1,000 rupees note has been removed from the term called legal tender, and it was a goal-oriented thing. Actually, its process was not actually good. Almost 99% of the currency notes again came back to the banks. Its motive was to curtail black money, but it doesn't fulfill its goal. and the move was heavily criticized, and because it was very poorly planned, so almost each and every person had to suffer. Either they were of middle class or poorer class, or they were from higher class. Everybody has to suffer from this demonetization process, and that's all.
Anyone is left? Okay, thanks everyone for joining us.